Welcome to Magic Arcanum. I'm Ryan Gomez. Behind the scenes is Nicole Letson, and we are so glad you're here because it's story time. Well, kind of. We're trying something really different here today with a little bit of help from our friends over at Dragon Shield. They asked us to share the story behind our Superman-themed Commander deck. It's all part of their Justice League deck challenge over on Tapped Out. From July 1st through the 20th, you can submit your list for a chance to win this set of Justice League sleeves and a $100 gift card. The theme this month is Superman, so to give you some inspiration, Nicole and I put together our version of a Superman-themed Commander deck. Now, make no mistake, the Commander is the most important part of the whole thing. You need someone who really captures what Superman is all about. So we went with Afara, God of the Polis. Now stay with me. Superman is the Man of Steel. He's indestructible. And he's an alien. He's not from Earth. He's not even human. So making him a god seems reasonable. And his home is Metropolis, which is practically right there in the name. The only part of this that doesn't really work for me is the art, but luckily Nicole was able to give Afara the Godzilla treatment. And now, well, I'm going to keep this thing on screen for a while because just look at it. This is the cover from Action Comics #1, the first appearance of Superman, and it works really great for us because he's not really flying in this art, so we avoid any sort of flavor mismatch we would have with Afara, who does not fly. Okay, so the Big Blue Boy Scout will be played by the white and blue Afara. When Metropolis reaches sufficient size population, devotion, Superman will be there to protect them with his indestructible body. I'm not going to cover all 99 cards in the deck, but I will call out a few of my favorites, especially the ones that are great flavor wins. First, the lands. We've got both the Fortress of Solitude and the Kent Farmstead represented by Glacial Fortress and Irrigated Farmland, respectively. Superman is faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. So I put a train in there. And the speed part will be represented by a bunch of creatures with flash, which works great with our commander because we do want to be playing things on our opponent's turn. We all know Superman is able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, so in goes jump. His powers come from the yellow sun of Earth. The sun is such an important part of his character that I put several sun cards in the deck as a reminder. Of course, we all know one of his weaknesses is kryptonite, parts of his own home planet, so I thought Felwar Stone was a pretty good way to represent that in Magic. Other Superman powers are in here, things like Frost Breath and X-Ray Vision. Also, that one time that he flew around the Earth so fast that he rewound time to save Lois Lane. We could pretend that's what Time Wipe and Rewind are in there for. His alter ego, Clark Kent, is a reporter, so I thought a few saga cards could represent the stories and events that he covered while working at the Daily Planet, including Elspeth Conquers Death, a nod to the rebirth of Superman. Superman rarely works alone. He's part of the Justice League, which is a council that passes judgment on anything that threatens Earth. We've got guest appearances by some of his closest friends and allies too, of course. Batman appears as Stonecloaker, Wonder Woman is here as Taranika, and Aquaman appears as Harbinger of the Tide. He even brought along a pet shark. You can't have Superman without Lois Lane. She's so important she goes in the deck twice as both versions of Lavinia. I like to think of her reporting as keeping people honest, the same way Lavinia makes sure that your opponent pays full price for the spells they're trying to cast. Lastly, I put in several references to Superman's villains. Solemn Simulacrum is Metallo, a man who had a piece of kryptonite embedded in a cybernetically enhanced body. So his arrival on the battlefield gets you a land because that's a piece of Krypton. Mizium Meddler is Parasite. His ability to leech power off of people now lets you steal a pump spell off of your opponent. There's a sort of trickster character that shows up to give Superman puzzles to deal with once in a while. Mr. Mitzelpick. I think we capture that pretty well with Vendilion Click, who shows up and messes with your opponent's hand. Then we start getting into the heavy hitters. General Zod is one of Superman's rare equals, being a fellow Kryptonian, so it had to be another god. Heliod rhymes with Zod and creates his own army of loyal followers, just like Zod does in the stories. Realm-cloaked Giant is our Doomsday. He can wipe out everything, and his stats would be enough to crush our Ifara Superman if only they were not indestructible. Likewise, the Darksteel Colossus that is Darkseid is another formidable threat your opponent will not want to face in combat. I wanted to get Bizarro in here somehow, and the best way to make a non-legendary copy of your Ifara Superman is with Spark Double, so go for it! Brainiac is a villain obsessed with cataloging life and then destroying it. He's also an artificial being, and I thought Cataclysmic Gear Hulk was a great way to capture that. Only the strong will survive an encounter with Brainiac. So that leaves us with the best known antagonist in all of Superman history, the great Lex Luthor, who stole my haircut. He's a human, like our monk realist here, and he would destroy that enchanted Superman Ifara, if only she weren't so dang indestructible. So instead you'll have to use him to disrupt your opponent's plans for success. Oh, and you can't skip Crypto the Super Dog, played here by everyone's favorite good boy, Isamaru. Think you can do better? I'd love to see it. And so would Dragon Shield, so use the link down below to enter their contest, and maybe you'll be the one to walk away with this sweet set of sleeves and the $100 gift card. If you want to skip straight to the sleeves or any of the other awesome products Dragon Shield has, there's also a link down there that will take you to their online store, and using that helps to support Magic Arcanum. So if you want to see more cool deck tech videos like this, go ahead and show Dragon Shield some love. And right now, for everything you purchase on the Dragon Shield website, they will donate 25% of the total sale to the local game store of your choice. Talk about being a superhero. You get to protect your next deck with a sweet set of Dragon Shield sleeves. You get to help me and Nicole keep making fun videos for Magic Arcanum, and you get to save local gaming stores. You should put on a cape. You totally earned it. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the great stories you'll only find here on Magic Arcanum. On behalf of my friends at Dragon Shield, we'll see ya.